I wanted to talk about an issue that's been on my mind as it pertains to comic book collecting. Stay tuned. Hey YouTube, it's Matt here, and like I said, I want to talk about something that's absolutely been on my mind. Now, comic book collecting, and I always talk about it, it takes so many different avenues, so many different ways to go about it. There's really no right way, there's no wrong way, but there are certain things that most collectors eventually want to start doing. They want to get the keys. And for everybody, the key / grail, those are different definitions for people. Some people's grails, that's a personal, whatever they like. If they like collecting Spider-Man, they might want to collect that Amazing Fantasy number 15, one of Stan Lee's greatest books. If they're a Thor fan, they might want to get Journey into Mystery 83 as their personal grail. That being said, Amazing Fantasy 15 and Journey into Mystery 83 are certainly what are called keys. Keys are books that are important, whether they're the first appearance of a particular artist or a writer, or more often than not, a key is the first appearance of a character or a major storyline. Now, those are some big ones. Now, do collectors have to go out and only get keys? That's a really good question. Now, there are a lot of other collectors that could care less about collecting keys, about collecting, quote, grails. They just collect what they like to read. That's, to them, these books, they read them, and then they keep them, put them in a bag and a board, they store them in long boxes or custom-made drawers back here. Whatever they want to do, but that is their collection. Well, guys, a lot of times, us as collectors start to luck out. Books that we bought for cover price back in the day just because we like to read certain characters, all of a sudden start to gain in popularity. There could be a movie, a TV series, there could be something new happening in the comic books where these books that weren't overly priced at one time all of a sudden start to become worth a little bit of money. Doug Bratton loves the characters on the Neil Gaiman series Sandman. He has written a lot of blogs on reggiecollects.com. Guys, if you ever get a chance to read Doug and his brother Dave's blogs on the reggiecollects.com website, please treat yourself. Fantastic writing, and it makes you think about the comic hobby as it is. But he has been reading Sandman, okay? Really enjoys it. In fact, I have this mid-grade copy of a relatively modern book. I think it came out in 89. He's been reading this for a long time. He loves this series. Guys, I've read this first book. I kind of liked it, and I need to read more about it. But that's what he does. Doug has been reading that for so many years, so now he has a collection. Well, now there's going to be a new series coming out of the Sandman. So guess what's happening to the value of this series that he just liked to read? He didn't buy it to speculate. He didn't buy it to become rich. He didn't buy it for any other reason other than he thought that it was superior writing. Now, I say kudos to him. Now, a lot of collectors, if you're in the hobby for a while, you're going to luck out like that every now and then. Guys, the latest trailer, okay, for the Doctor Strange movie, Doctor Strange 2, it appeared that there might be an appearance of what is called the Illuminati. And we think we heard Patrick Stewart, who plays Professor X in the X-Men movies, we think that we heard his voice.
I'm sorry, Stephen. Your desecration of reality will not go unpunished. We should tell him the truth.
I feel pretty confident it was, but some people are saying it's not. But anyhow, I've been collecting the new Avengers since it came out. Now, this is a variant copy to New Avengers number 7. This was a 1 in 10 variant. This is the first appearance of the Illuminati. Guys, I don't have this book because I thought I was going to get rich. In fact, I think I paid $18 for it because back then there was an eBay site or eBay store that would sell brand new comic books, 9.8 for $18. Okay, shipping was on top of that, whatever. But guys, I just really enjoy the New Avengers. I've been reading this since it came out back in 2005. Forgive me. Again, January 2005. So I'm sure it was coming out in the end of 2004. Here's another copy. And guys, I have a bunch of different copies. They had different variant covers to issue number 1. It was just a fabulous read. I just really enjoyed it. So right now, what is happening, if you go on eBay and you go into Go Collect and you see the value of what's happening to New Avengers number 7, it's jumping up. It's just one of those books that was in the collection that really wasn't worth a whole lot till a couple months ago, I guess. And now it is starting to skyrocket. Now, if there is the Illuminati, which is this kind of cool organization, if there is an appearance of Illuminati in the Doctor Strange 2 movie, guys, this book can turn out to be a key in comic books, because the Illuminati is kind of a cool little, organization that runs things behind the scenes. It's kind of fun to have in comic books. I can really truly see a lot happening with that going forward. Now, I've been lucky in the past too. I have always collected the Ultimate comic books, Brian Bendis, he was writing Ultimate Spider-Man back in the day, and it was like a revamped version of Spider-Man, and it was a really cool read, People liked it. It did not have all of the history that went along with the Amazing Spider-Man title. They just basically took the Spider-Man and just started from new. The series has since gone defunct. They don't print it anymore. But it did bring us a couple cool characters that we know about. Now guys, in my collection, I have always been collecting the Ultimate books. But for some reason, I don't have the Ultimate Fallout books that we know was the first appearance of Miles Morales. I don't really know why I don't have those, because with my LCS, I had a standing order. If it was an Ultimate book, whether it was Ultimate Spider-Man, X-Men, Ultimate Avengers, whatever it was, I had it on the pull list. But Ultimate Fallout seemed to not make it onto there. So this book here, this was not in my collection. I didn't luck out with this, although I didn't pay what it's going for today. I got this before this book blew up, just because, well, I kind of like Miles Morales, and I definitely wanted to get those Ultimate books in the collection because I'm a reader and I like to collect runs. But what I did luck out in is books that I paid cover price for, Ultimate Comics, All New Spider-Man issue number 1. This book is seeming to blow up right now. It's going for a good amount of money that I paid cover price for. I question, do I need to go out looking for those keys, or can I just be happy collecting what I do? Guys, here's another one that I just happen to have in the collection because I like getting my runs. I like my reads. So, guys, this is another book that is gaining heat in the Miles verse, if you will. This is the first appearance of Miles Morales in his own title. Miles Morales, the Ultimate Spider-Man number 1. Cool book. But that's what happens when you collect for a long time and you just enjoy what you read and you read good books. Guys, speaking of ReggieCollects.com, he sells comic books on his website, and honestly, he sells them at a very, very good price, a good deal. But I was seeing one comic book that I couldn't understand what the price was. I went and looked it up, Now, this book that he was selling on his website, I have in my collection. Guys, I like Spawn, Now, I do have to confess to you guys. I did read this book that I'm going to show you here that Reggie had on his website that was selling for a price that I just didn't know that it was worth. But I'll talk more about this character, The the book that I was talking about, and he's selling it for a very, very good price. It's just more than what I thought it was. This is Spawn number 119. This is a cameo appearance of what is called Gunslinger Spawn. Now, here's where I have to confess. Guys, I love reading my comic books, and I really enjoy reading Spawn, but I've read Spawn up to about issue 150. The comic series is now in the 320s, okay? So I'm definitely behind by quite a few years on my reading of Spawn, but I still have a full run, okay? I will eventually get to them. I read a lot of books, and I'll pick up a series, and I'll read a whole bunch through all at once, and then I'll put the series down again, and I'll pick up another series, so forth. I do like to read a whole stack of them in the same series all at one time. To me, it's like reading a novel. The reading, 10 different series every single month where I'm picking up the book, not that I get confused, but it's just like, all right, what was going on? I just kind of forget what's going on. So if I read them all in a row, I kind of know what's going on. Well, this is another book. Now, Gunslinger Spawn is becoming very, very popular. Okay, now this is another book that is going for a ridiculous amount of money. I sent this off to CGC last year. Now, this is Spawn number 174. I was on Gary B's channel a couple weeks ago, and we were talking about the Gunslinger Spawn. I've not read this yet. I definitely need to get to it, but it's just one of those books that was in the collection for years that I didn't know was worth anything. Another book that is going up in value is the second appearance of Gunslinger Spawn, Spawn number 175. And guys, Spawn, the Gunslinger Spawn has made a return, not only to the regular Spawn with issue 309, which this is a cool Frank Frazetta homage, okay, of the Death Dealer. This book has a nice cover of Gunslinger Spawn. This book seems to be going up in value, and then there is another cover that seems to be getting a lot of press right. I don't know about press, but the book is becoming pretty popular. This is another variant cover to Spawn 309. And then now Gunslinger Spawn has its own series, okay, printed by Image. And the book is starting to become very popular, okay? Guys, we don't always have to go out and get those big grails. Guys, a lot of times just the books you are reading, they become grails. We don't always have to be trying to push ourselves and spending a whole lot of money. Sometimes comic book collectors just collect what you like, and you'll be shocked. Those books end up becoming worth something. Guys, if you were a kid in the 1960s and you were collecting comic books and you saved all those comic books, guys, you could be, like sitting on everyone else's grails, and those were just regular run-of-the-mill books for you at that time. Comic book collecting is one of those hobbies that if you try to make it a sprint, it will frustrate you. It will burn you out. But if you take it and enjoy it for what it is a storytelling medium, and then you collect those books, guys, a lot of times you are rewarded just for your patience and your loyalty towards certain writers and artists and characters, because those books that might have sat in your collection for years all of a sudden get popular, and then the value of them starts to grow. Guys, I hope you like this video. I hope you like the content of this channel. If you do, hit that thumbs up, or put a comment down below, and hit that subscribe button. I want to thank everybody for watching, and you have a great day.